I've always had that argument with certain comedians who say, there's no such thing as a bad audience. And that's I am on the other side of that. Yeah. There is absolutely such a thing as a bad audience. What there isn't is an audience who knows they're bad. They don't know they're bad because we're the ones who hear different audiences each night. Right. So we have something to compare it to. Right. They have nothing to compare it to. They're just there. And they think they're fine. They don't.
You should have it like on your iPhone, like, this was last night's audience. So they have some comparison.
I'm sure when I was just starting out and like horrible at stand-up and lashing out at the audience for my mistakes, I'm sure I said some version of that, like, last night's audience loved that joke. I think when I was 25, I actually did that. You know, like.
Did it help?
No, of course not. It really makes you. No.
Well, thanks for the feedback. We'll do better now.
Exactly. Yeah, as if an audience would react that way to being browbeaten with an unflattering comparison.
It made you feel better, though.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what were your early, like, the first times on stage, the first year? I mean, my memory is mostly pain.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, I think our very first tour, I think the very first show we had.
Tour? Well, how could you have a tour if you didn't? How did you build up to even having a tour?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that when we had our first tour, there were like 9 people in the first show.
Right.
But prior to that, I mean, in 1982, I've talked about this a bunch. We opened for the band Missing Persons. Do you remember them? Missing Persons?
I know the name. I can't remember.
They're very popular in LA.
Right.
Terry and Dale Bozio. But we were at the Santa Monica Civic, and I was opening for them. And this is before I had a record deal. I had some airplay on the Dr. Demento show, some airplay on K-Rock, but I was very, very, just starting out. And we had the opening slot. And I remember I walked out there with my accordion, and people just started throwing stuff.
Right.
Like 45 minutes, solid, solid. And I've never, to this day, I've never seen an audience like this before. They didn't even applaud, a courtesy applaud at the end of the song. It was just like, get off the stage! Like 45 minutes of that. And I will tell you that they threw everything that wasn't nailed down. And after the curtain went down, this is such a vivid memory. I remember this so clearly. After the curtain went down, our whole band was on the floor picking up nickels and quarters that were thrown out. It was like, oh, a quarter.
But what did they throw? Like bottles?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. If they did, it didn't hit anybody.
Right.
But they just threw everything.
No, I was thrown at. So, first of all, I was thrown at. I was opening for Niels Lofgren.
Yeah.
Who then joined the Springsteen band.
Yeah, Niels. Yeah.
A great player, great guy. I don't know him well, but we correspond every once in a while. He's just a great guy. I don't think I even met him that night. I was just the opening act. And he was an up-and-coming rocker, and it was in like a suburb of Baltimore, as I recall, in some room. And yeah, I mean, it was just like, what a great baptism. And you had to stay up there because if you got off, you wouldn't get the money.
Right.
They may even have said that to me, anticipating the barrage of debris that was going to come my way.
Do you ever troll them when you know that it's like bombing so badly and you have to stay there anyway?
No, I think I tried to, I don't know, it's so long ago and it was such a horrible moment, but I think I was just thinking about the fact that, I can do this, I can stay up,
yeah.
You're not going to get me to leave. I think was all that was in my head.
Al Franken tells the story sometime about how he would just lean into it. Like, I forget if he was opening for the Grateful Dead or some band that was very popular, and he was not popular at the time. And they would start booing him and just yelling for him to get off the stage. And he'd say, no, you don't understand. The more you boo, the sooner the band plays. And I want to tell you jokes. Don't you understand?
Right.
And they just get madder and madder and madder.
That was Al Franken?
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching the clip. Hit the subscribe button now so you never miss out on our Club Random content that's posted daily.